Hey guys. Today is July 29th, 2013, and this is my third video, and I'm going to make this one a little bit shorter um, than my last video, because that one was just a little long. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why I'm so open with my transition and why I'm going to be documenting my process throughout the years. I'm also going to be talking a little bit about the support that I've been receiving from the people around me and even people that I have no idea who they are. Um, as comes with anything in life, there's always the negatives as well that try and hold you back. But I'm going to be talking a little bit about some of the struggles that I've been through growing up and kind of how I got through them, and just kind of giving that support to the people that are going to be going through the same process as me, and aren't quite ready to take the first step in making their transition started pretty well to get it started. Um, I've known for years now that I should have been born a boy. Um, I remember my mom telling me a story that I think I was about 8 or 9, and she was telling me that we were trying to pick out clothes for my little sister's christening, and she'd be like, "Well, how about this?" And it'd be like a pink dress or a pink shirt or something. I'd be like, "Ew, ew, that's pink, mom." And she would just keep pointing things out, and these girl clothes, and I was just like, "No, this, um, so there's little signs as you're growing up that kind of tell you, maybe you're not exactly the girliest, or should be a girl, anyways. As I was growing older, it was becoming more and more clear to me that this is something that not too many people have been going through or are really familiar with. Um, it wasn't until I was in my teen years that I really understood what was kind of going on. I always felt, I was always like, oh, why can't I be a boy? I should be a boy. And, I dress like it, and I talk like it, and I act like it. And it really doesn't bother me at all when people mistake me for a boy, because that's just who I am, and that's who I feel um, I should be. Um, throughout the years, I don't know what that sound was. I've gone through a lot. Um, when I first realized that I was into females, I was in grade 2, and it was my teacher assistant, and it was Miss O'Connor. I won't say her first name. I'm sure everybody that is watching this from Elliott knows exactly who I'm talking about. But I had a big crush on her, and that was like the first moment that I knew. Um, and I would write about her in my little school journal and my diary and stuff. And my mom would read it and be like, I see where this is going, And I was just like, oh, she's so pretty, and I had no clue what this was really entailing. And as I was growing older, and the years were going by, um, it was it was becoming more and more apparent that eventually I was probably going to be thinking about this change. Um, I remember being very, very tomboyish in my early school years, and I was fine with it. I was cool with it. I hung out with the guys. I had some girlfriends, but mostly the boys. Um, grade 6, that was probably the toughest year that I've ever had to deal with. Um, a lot happened. A lot of things changed. A lot of things were brought to my attention that I didn't think could ever happen or was even possible, really. And that was one of the strongest times of my life, I guess I had to be. I was coming out to people that I was gay, and back then it wasn't so accepting, and I actually, I got beat up multiple times, and I would run away from school. I would start self-mutilating, and I just figured that there was no way to get through this. There was no way out possible. My mom was scared. She was trying to figure everything out, and she just couldn't. She was just like, "What is going on? What is happening with my little girl? Like, I need to figure this out. I need to figure this out." And I could tell, she was fighting with the school to try and figure out what the problem was, and they weren't really telling her much. Um, she just kept saying, like, what's going on? Why are people picking on her? Why is she running away? Why are you guys calling me and telling me that my daughter ran away, and you're not giving me an answer why? There's obviously something going on at the school that you guys aren't helping her with. And she finally figured it out, and the principal was like, well, your daughter kind of told people that she was gay, and they didn't handle it so well. But I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified to go to school, because these kids would just pick on me. They would beat me up. There'd be a group of kids just swarming me like each day, and I couldn't handle it, and I would run home straight, like 15-minute run, and I would run home and just get away from them all and just kind of go in my room and hide, and I kind of just hid away from the world. Belmont, stop. So then, one day after school, my mom picked me up and was like, we're going to go for a drive and we're going to talk about this. And you could tell she was a little confused at first. Like, it's a lot to handle. The school's calling her and telling her that, the kid's running away or kid's getting bullied. And it's not exactly something that any parent wants to hear or experience. So, it was a lot thrown at her. It was a lot thrown at me. And, I was 11 years old. I was pretty young. So she was just talking to me, like, making sure, like, you're not just saying this, because, whatever, you want attention or something. I was like, no, like, if I knew that I was going to get this kind of attention, I wouldn't have said anything. Like, I was getting the crap kicked out of me, and it wasn't fun. And she was worried for me, but she was there for me the whole time. She was just pretty much saying, like, you need to stick through this. There's some people that aren't gonna accept it, and you just got to keep your head up. You got to stay strong, and you got to just be who you are, because no matter what, the people, your real friends, they'll love you for who you are, and your sisters will, and I will, and everybody that knows you will love you for who you are, no matter what. And it made it a little easier, but it was still tough. I was still young. I was confused. I didn't really understand it. You just got to keep your head up. That's all you really got to do. Is just, it will get better. And as long as you believe, and you have that hope, and you have that strength, and you have that courage, and you have the people around you, it will get better. There's always a way out. Always. I went to counseling, and I continued counseling from grade 6 all the way to graduation of grade 12. And I'm perfectly okay to admit that. There's nothing wrong with going to talk to somebody, and just letting people know, like, what's going on with your life. And it's people get ashamed that they say, like, I've been in counseling and this and that, and there's nothing wrong with it. A big part of why I'm actually doing these videos is to help those people that are out there that are going to be going through this, and they may not have really positive supporting parents or friends or guardians or relatives or anybody. They might just be alone, because unfortunately, it does happen where people just they'll disown you, or they'll stop talking to you, and they'll just completely avoid you because of what you're going through, and they don't accept it. And that'll never change. There's always going to be that percentage of people anywhere you go that just don't accept it. And the people in the trans community, we want to do everything that we can to help those who don't have anybody to talk to, or anybody around them to really help them out or answer their questions. And I can probably speak on behalf of everybody that's made videos on YouTube, documenting their transition, that this is why they want to make the videos, is to help other people. A lot of the videos that I've watched, they've all had pretty positive support, and not everybody gets it. As for me, I got a lot of support. I have tons. My mom is probably the most supportive person, and she's really excited, and I could see that she's excited, and she's been sharing my videos, and she's been talking to her friends, and her friends have been commenting and giving their opinion on everything, and they're all so supportive, and it's nice to see that I have so many people that even people I have no idea who they are, they're messaging me, or they're commenting on my videos or something, and they're telling me, like, I'm proud of you for doing this, and I remember you as a kid, and I knew that eventually this day would come, and just so many positive things, and it's so nice to see, and it really touches my heart that these people care so much, even when you don't know anybody. And I think that's what keeps this world going around, is at times like this, or even at the worst times, people always come together, and they always work through it as a team. And this is what we have to do. All those people out there that they're struggling with this, we need to come together, and we need to help them out. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. That's my goal, is just to help other people. A lot of my friends, I haven't talked to them since high school, and they've been messaging me and letting me know, like, that they're proud of me, and they're happy for me, and they're going to be following me through this whole journey too. And it's nice to see that even though we lost touch and we haven't really spoken to each other in years, that they still care about me, and they're still thinking of me, and even after everything that we've been through, or just because we moved on and went to different cities or something, they're still thinking of me. It feels good to have the people around me really care, and I can't even put into words just how good it feels, really, that I have all these people. So it's my aim to help these people and give them all the positive support that they can get, and answer any questions that anybody may have. No, there's no such thing as a stupid question. So if there's something that you're not quite sure of, don't hesitate. I have a Facebook, I have a YouTube, obviously. I have different accounts, I have Tumblrs and stuff. Don't hesitate to ask me any questions. As for those who don't quite have me on Facebook, or they have my mom on Facebook through one of my mom's friends, don't hesitate to ask her. She can ask me, or you can even message me on Facebook. I have no problem with that, because I know a lot of you aren't really familiar with it. You've probably heard about, like, Chaz Bono, and it's watching her go from female to male. But I mean, you don't really get all the details and all the steps and what exactly she went through. So don't hesitate. I'll be here, and I'll answer every single question that I get. Sorry, my throat is a little sore. But there's gonna be some times during my transition that I'm gonna really feel like I'm struggling, and that's okay. I just gotta I gotta keep my head up. And I just gotta remember that this is what I gotta do, and this is what I have to go through. Before I realized that I need to do this transition, I had to go through those stages at school of getting beat up and picked on and being classified as a lesbian, and there's always those struggles along the way, but it's all just a test. It's all just a test to see how strong you are, and you'll never get something thrown at you that you can't handle. And if there is ever a time that you feel like, you can't do this, and you can't keep your head up as high as you should, that's when you need to go to somebody, and you need to talk to them, and, you just you got to figure out that way to get through it, because there's always a way. There's never any reason to give up on what you believe. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Is I've had some doubts previously in the years about if I should do this or not, and I got through it. I just kept researching it. I kept watching videos, and I kept thinking about how my life is going to change for the better, and this is what I'm going to do now. And I'm 100% sure, I'm 150% sure this is what I need to do. And there's going to be the struggles. My emotions are going to get out of whack. I'm going to have crazy mood swings, and that's fine. I feel sorry for the people around me, but I mean, that's just the way it has to be. I'm excited to begin it. I'm excited for the changes. It's just, if there was anything I could do to just give all these people that are having such a hard time with this, and they're really conflicted with their gender identity, I just wish that there was something that I could do that could change everything and just make it so much easier for everybody. But I mean, these struggles and these problems that you're faced with, it makes you who you are. If you have no stress in your life, you're not going to be a very strong person. You're just going to coast, and you're just going to keep going through life just smoothly. And there's these bumps in the road that you just don't speed over them, but take it slow and really work at it to get through it, and you will get through it. And I have the utmost faith in every single one of you that you can get through it. There were times in my life when I really didn't think I would, but it's just that positive support that I got from my mom, and seeing how much it hurt her when I was getting hurt, or when I was just hurting. It really strikes you pretty hard in the chest. You never want to see your mom upset, ever. It's probably the worst thing you could ever see, and it's not a good feeling. And that was pretty much what kept me going. Was I need to put a smile back on my mom's face, and I need to make her okay. So I'm going to do what I can to make her happy, and we're going to do this together, and she's going to help me put a smile back on mine, and I'm going to do it for her. We're connected. She's my life, and that's exactly what sometimes you have to do. You have to think about others and how they feel, the ones that really, really, really care about you. Sometimes you just have to put yourself aside and look at it in someone else's perspective, and just say, okay, you know what, this is what I need to do, and this is why you should talk to people, and why you should ask them questions, because they may see something that you don't. There's going to be things in life that you don't really understand, and there's going to be things in life that I don't understand. There's so many things, and that's fine. Just don't be afraid to ever ask questions, or be who you are. Just be who you are, and that's the only thing you can really do. Why change for other people when everything is constantly changing? Don't try to adapt to somebody else's lifestyle or somebody else's way of living and how they dress. Just be you, and don't try and get people to like you, because chances are, there's going to be something that they don't like, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's still people that they don't exactly approve of what I'm doing either, and I'm totally okay with that. That's their opinion, that's their view, that's how they want to think. I'm cool with that. I mean, as long as you don't pester me and bother me and just say, like, this is stupid, da 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 da, whatever, you're gonna yell at me. I don't, I'm not gonna give you respect, really. But I respect your opinion. You can tell me at once. That's fine. You can let me know how you feel. I'll tell you how I feel, and then that's it. That's fine. But I mean, it's a hardball. Life is definitely a game, and it's just a matter of starting at one point and getting to the next point. And you just got to believe in yourself. Never ever give up, and just keep going. Even the worst storms got to end, and you just got to remember that it does get better.